Hi, Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine. A few weeks ago, was it really that long, I did my review of the first Montrose album, where I gave such a glowing review that even Sammy Hagar commented on it, saying it was the best review he'd ever had in his entire career. Wow. It was just absolutely incredible. As I said, it was the album that, The House is on Fire, that's the one I would take. And after doing it, Charlie White, who contributes to this channel quite a lot, said he was going to go off and buy a copy, and he said he was going to do a video to say what he thought. And I did think, have I gone completely over the top? Because I know that me and Charlie have a crossover where we like stuff, but I wondered whether this would be the kind of music that Charlie would like. Now, Charlie has recommended stuff to me that's equally made me change the way I look at things. And Scaggs, this specific album, is an album I'd never been really aware of until Charlie had talked about it on the music group, and it's since become one of my favourites. In fact, I'm a huge Scaggs fan now because of Charlie White. So, what did Charlie think of Montrose? Did he like it? Or was it something he'll never listen to again? Let's find out.
Hi, it's Charlie. In the past, Phil has credited me for turning him on to Wild Cherry and Silk the Riz by Bob Scaggs. This time around, music discovery goes in the other direction. Our friendship goes back to the early days of the community when it was back on Google Plus in those heady, fun days back then. And in all that time, we've had exchanged ideas, we exchanged likes and dislikes and everything, but this is the first time that he's had something that he really loved that came in my direction instead of the other way around. And so when he made this very great video about how much the album and the band Montrose meant to him, it piqued my curiosity. So what I went to Amazon, found the album, and bought it for cheap $10. Amazon had the album in 3 different versions, both on CD and vinyl. I chose the cheapest option, which was the regular album, no bonus tracks. And it has not been remastered as far as I can tell, although I do think it is a recent catalog edition because it has the new, or at least the recently new, Warner Brothers logo. I could have listened to the album immediately after purchase. All I had to do was download the MP3 files from Amazon Music and play it on my computer. But I chose to wait for it because I really want to set myself up to listen to this album properly on CD. On the first play, I was underwhelmed. Knowing that the album was produced by Ted Templeman and mixed by Don Landy, the same team who did Van Halen, that's all I heard was Van Halen. Another sticking point for me on Montrose was Sammy Hagar. I'll be completely honest with you, I am not a huge Sammy Hagar fan. On the first listen, I had to get past my initial feelings about Montrose versus Van Halen, and I had to get over my negative feelings toward Sammy Hagar. A day later, I played it again, and this time it made sense. It all came together as one. I learned through my ears that Montrose was a very tight and cohesive band. A band that should have been huge. A band that should have sold records in the millions like Van Halen would do later. There's no doubt in my mind that Ted Templeman used Montrose's debut album as the blueprint for Van Halen's first album. It makes sense to me logically that Eddie Van Halen would choose Sammy Hagar as the new lead singer to replace David Lee Roth in Van Halen because the similarities are there. So Phil turned the tables on me. He turned me on to Montrose and I'm loving it. Now I'm ready to give Deep Purple a fair shake if only knew where to start. Keep playing those records, keep playing those tapes, keep playing those CDs, and I'll see you guys at the next hangout.
Hurrah! So Charlie likes it. Another Montrose fan and another house in the world with a copy of the Montrose album on the shelves. In fact, maybe I should do a series called Every Home Should Have One, and that would certainly be number 1. So thank you for watching. Thanks, Charlie, for your review. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for ringing that bell. And I shall look forward to seeing you on my next video.